Coming up on Arirang News. Excitement is building ahead of President Yoon Suk-yeol heading to Camp David for what is the first ever standalone summit between South Korea, the US, and Japan. That's to be held in the coming hours, where the leaders are likely to ramp up trilateral cooperation. During the trilateral summit, the leaders will also look to deal with supply chain disruptions, mainly on chips and other high technology, and are likely to establish so-called early warning systems. China's property giant Evergrande files for bankruptcy protection in the US, leading to a deepening real estate crisis in the country, of worsening economic woes with discouraging data coming out of Beijing. Good evening. It's 9 p.m. here in Seoul. Thank you for joining us on Arirang News. President Yoon Suk-yeol will attend a historic summit with his U.S. and Japanese counterparts at the U.S. presidential resort of Camp David, as the three leaders seek to take trilateral cooperation to a new level in key areas, including in security and economic issues. Our presidential correspondent, Woo Soo-young, standing by very close to the summit venue in Maryland. We connect with her now. So Soo-young, it's the morning of the unprecedented summit. Excitement is building here in the nation. So what's the atmosphere like there around Camp David?
A very good evening to you, Chiyoung. It is still rather early here in the morning, but we're still feeling the excitement already, just about 3 kilometers away, a stone's throw away from the Camp David venue. Soon, President Yoon will arrive at Camp David on a US military for the much anticipated summit with President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, amid the lush green scenery and the sound of birdsong. There's understandably a great level of excitement, as it's the first time ever that the leaders of the three countries are holding a standalone summit. It's a true testament to how relations between South Korea and Japan have really improved dramatically since March this year, fully restoring their trade and intel sharing arrangements ever since. Yoon's set to have a one-on-one with President Biden and Prime Minister Kishida as well. They'll also have a luncheon, so that's going to give them around 6 hours together, giving them plenty of time to build an even stronger rapport for future cooperation. The summit is also symbolic, as it's the first time in 15 years that a South Korean leader has visited the iconic presidential resort, and also President Biden's first time ever hosting world leaders at Camp David. So it's a hugely significant event on various fronts and will definitely make for great optics.
Yes, absolutely. And what are some of the major outcomes that we can expect?
Well, officials in both Seoul and Washington have said that there will be ambitious initiatives